Okay, so let's start today's stream. What do I have here? Let's review. Okay. Add styles, the settings page, make the settings page generic. Okay, let's start with this thing. How to do it? Let's run our tests. Okay. Running my tests. Everything works. Where is my settings? Okay, it's inside settings. We have schema and some other things related to settings. Okay, we have name for it and some fields. I think I will update this definition. So yeah, we have a name, database type, default, value, and type. Okay. So basically, let's break down what do we have for each test. We have a field with some name. Okay, so basically we can extract the thing, the name, to little bit upper. Okay, where is my settings? Settings. And fields. Where do we use it? Okay. We have something like this. Okay, we are coming for this and other stuff. We have name, extracting the name from our settings. Okay, we have fields. So we map our fields by extracting its name and the database type from it. Okay. The same thing here. Let's update it a little bit. What I will do here is add some config. Okay, let it be like this. Okay. Just will slightly refactor my settings part. So yeah, it will be time zone. Okay, and it will require list of options. It will be like default. Okay, default value will be this. I'll just paste it. Okay, default value will be this. Let's see, format. Let's format our file. Okay, it is formatted. Okay, so this should just do nothing to our settings. Okay, our tests pass. So I want to do something before this. I will add some data types. Add custom types for settings. Okay. Next thing I will be settings, add styles, make settings page generic. Okay. So yeah, let's add some custom types. What I will do here is create a new module, datatype.px. Okay, f module access home data type or type. Okay, let it be like this. Data type. Okay. What I will do now is to open a documentation for ectotypes. We'll go out from my Gmail account here. Okay. Okay. Custom type. Ectotype. Okay. Switching to dark mode. So what we will need to do is to use ectotype and implement some callbacks. Let's do this. Okay. Module doc. It's more stores. Okay. Stores generic ways to work with custom data types. Okay. Okay. And we'll create a subfolder for it. We will name it data type. Okay. It will be data type string x. Okay. Just not to we have string. We have a string module in Elixir itself, and I'm not sure that I want to do something with it. So regarding the data type, I think I will add some def macro using with some options. Okay, will not use those opts. Okay, quote do and let's see. Let's see, I need to use an ectotype behavior. Use ectotype. Okay. Using ectotype. Interesting. Didn't know this thing. Okay. Oh, how to move it back? Okay. Okay. Using some options, and we'll just include the ectotype for this module. Def module access home data type. Okay, and data type string. It's quite long name, but it will be more useful to just see that it's custom data type, but not a built-in string. Okay, use Elixir Home data type. Okay. So now we will complain a little bit because we need to add some type, cast, load, and so on. Okay. So what I will do is to see the reference for adding some custom types. So we can add a basic type for it. It will be a string. Def type do string. Okay. And we'll set that it is implementation for type. Okay. What other modules are missing or functions? We need to add some cast thing. Def cast. It defines public function. Okay. Cast call and what? Let's see. So basically we get some. Okay. We try to convert our data to our URI. Okay, def cast data. Okay. Then is binary data do data. I think I will make it like this. Okay, and otherwise I will raise an error or return an error. Simple echo. Okay. Just some other thing without any when to error. Okay. Okay, so it should work. Okay, what we have else? We have dump and load thing. Let's read the docs for it. Dump. Okay, about the callbacks. We have auto generate. This is callback is invoked when custom type with auto generate flag. Oh. Okay. Cast the given input to the custom type. Okay, I can cast string to string. Okay, you can return error if I cannot cast or some other error message. Okay, dump. Okay, dumps the given term into an act or native type. Interesting. Let's see. I will just return the same. Or how to? Do we have some extra examples? So dump is for storing it, and load the given term into a custom type. So basically I need to just the same thing. I will receive some data and yeah. I will receive some data and just return it as is. encoded ID. Okay, it's an ID cast. When is integer, I encode, and otherwise I do something else. Okay, dump ID when is binary. Okay, load. Okay, so I need to have a type, cast, dump, and load things. So yeah, I have already two. Simple actor type. Okay, def what? Okay. I need to do something like this. Dump ID. Okay. When it is binary, I will convert it to string. Is binary term. Okay. Do term. And just the same load thing. Okay, what should dump and load return? Let's format our file. It is already formatted. Okay, so it should return some. Okay. Okay. Let's turn. And possibly this is the same. Okay. And some term. So it should work. Let's check it. Possibly I will extend this using a little bit later, but right now I'm not sure that it is needed. Okay. So let's move back to our clock settings. Settings, clock settings. I have default type, and I need to add some type. Type will be Elixir Home data type string. I don't like it very much. I mean, double data type thing. Okay, let's rename it. Data type. Okay. String X. Okay. String X. Renamed it. What? Okay, so instead of it, I will be using just string. And add some alias to our settings, I think. Okay. Alias Elixir Home data type. So let's move to our settings back. So instead of data type string, I will be using just data type string. And adding some separator here. I have a name, I have type and default value. So with this I can just merge two things, this one and this one too, into one thing. Okay, so we will have just a type. Let's rename this to fields, and it should just bring down our tests a little bit. Okay, access get. We have not even touched the tests because compilation fails. Let's move back to it. To our settings, and then need two fields. Okay, I have fetched some fields. So num fields, and I have a name. I think I will just do something like this: fn name data, and I will return just name and data type. And we'll add some end thing here. Okay. Okay. Type spec. I need just the same thing here. Then name data. Okay. I don't need this. So instead of this, I will just use the database fields. Database fields. Okay. Okay, so default values, I have it here, so it will be fn name data. Okay, and today what I need to do is to return a tuple of our name and our default value. Name data default. Okay. Welcome. Okay, let's run our tests back. Macro using this something. Macro using with arity 2. Called with one argument. Okay, why arity 2? Settings macro using with RT2. Why RT2? Let's check. Okay. How about this? Settings macro using called with RT2 called with one argument. Why? What about this? Using with RT2 called with betarity function in okay, with RT2 called with one argument. I see. It's nothing to do with this thing, but somewhere here. Okay. Let's do it like this. Okay. And these two. Did I save? It seems here. We've saved it. Almost everything works. Time zone, no case, close matching, etc, UTC. It's a pity. Let's check that it works, at least. Let's run our server and see how it works. Starting my server. Okay. It seems it doesn't work. As Isha Kostlai. Not no plus matching. Okay. What does it mean? Then inside our cast we have no close. No. Okay. Case ectotype cost cast. Okay, let's move back to our data type string. Cast to, I think it should return just okay and some data instead of just data. Okay, it works. Does it mean that our test will work too? Most tests work. Only those not working that use another kind of yeah, that uses another thing to create our modules. Okay, and that is nice. Let's see. Have a clock settings. Let's add some required true. Let's make it required. So what I will do here is to save the configuration. Okay. The field. It's okay. Default values. We'll replace it a little bit later. I have added some required thing. And no, we'll add it later. So let's fix our tests. Okay, this is done. This is done too. Clock settings is replaced a little bit too. Let's move to our tests. Tests. Where are them? Not here. Site. Settings test. Okay. So we'll replace it with name will be data, type will be Elixir Home, data type string. Okay. And that's all. We'll replace data with this version, add some type. And format our file. No. Yes. And now. So our test should work. At least I want them to run. Okay, they run. Okay, git commit. It will complain on the string module. And Credo will complain a little bit. Settings, settings, alias, which one? just replaced the order of them. And let's move to our string data type. Just close my editor. Data type string. Okay. Module doc. Not a very meaningful message, but okay. Did I stage? Okay, I have staged it. Okay. So yeah, we have a string date type. So let's move back to our settings, clock settings. What I want to do with it is to update a little bit the settings thing. Set default values for settings. I have default values, default values. Okay, have default values here. Set default values, okay. Okay. Let's create something like config thing. Back, we will name it like config. Okay. There. Okay. Info. Settings. Implementing settings. Def config. Okay, without this thing, what will I return from it? What should I return from it? I will return settings. Settings fields. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this should work. Okay. Okay. Default values. Do I need those default values? I don't need those default values. Default values will remove this thing. Let's run my tests. Okay, clock settings. Map keys new. Clock settings, line number 6. Default values. Okay. Only default values. Okay. I think I can just remove the things, and what I'm doing here is using keyword keys for non-keyword fields. Okay, so this should fix this error. It fails, and that's okay. Is not implemented. Okay, default values. Default values. Don't need it. Settings gets okay. Let's see. Compile. Okay. So this page should fail. Clock settings not a dependency. What? Interesting. Module has correct behavior. Possibly I deleted something unexpected. Compile. So let's see. A help about Elixir Home settings. Clock settings. Let's fix default settings. Values. Default values. Okay. Let's create this function. Def values for module. And okay. Let's do it like this. We'll return nothing. Default values. Default values for module. Okay, set default values for module. Default values will be default values for module. Okay. And instead of this, we'll do something like access or just module fields module fields and keyword keys. Module is unused. Okay. Keyword keys from module fields. Okay. Default values. Okay. Let's create like these default values. It will be a public thing. Default values for you. Okay. It will return keyboard T. Do we have it? Okay. We have a keyboard T. Return listed. Is Python module fields. Okay. And map and will be like key. Fill in some data, key, and we will return field and data default value. Default. Did I name it default? And into addiction. Just no, just don't need this. Module. We'll place it here and let's format it. Map. Okay, we need to add a comma here. Formatting the file. Value time zone etc UTC for data in insert does not match type map. Insert. Okay, so it should be a map. Okay. Let's make it a map. Numerating the thing and into a map. Okay. Did it? Let's run the tests again. Okay. Default values. We deserve to use some default values, but there is no default values. Okay, so it works again. Don't need the thing. Let's fix our tests. And where are my tests? Settings test. Default values. Default values. Okay. See, this should fix one test. Okay, it actually fixed clock settings test. Let's move to clock settings test. It's inside this thing. Default values. Default values time zone. Settings. The default values. Default settings, it's here, and settings, default values for clock settings. Slight change. I think it should fix our tests. Okay, it actually fixed them. What did I do here? Changed default values. Let's see, where is my clock settings? Move default values to settings module. Let's push it. Okay. Required will be true. Okay. Let's use the thing. Let's move back to our settings. We have a required thing. Required. Validate required available keys. Okay. Fields will be module. Fields. Okay. Available keys will be field. Okay, required fields will be okay for field data from fields data required do field. Okay, required fields. Let's check that it works. Just moved the logic to check the required fields to the configuration. So I will not rely on I can just make some fields non-required. And I like this. Okay. Commit. This should work. Okay. Test passed. Okay. Move require fields information to the metadata. Okay. Pushing it. Okay. I like it. Next part. Let's look at our clock settings. I think I should I can move this thing to my to a configuration too. Okay, available values. Available values. Okay, and what it will be? It will be our thing like this. Easy extra time zone identifiers. Okay. 0, 0. Okay. Yes. I need to add some symbol here. Okay. And it should work now. So what I will do, I will just remove this thing altogether. Okay. I have allowed values. Let's move to our settings. Change set. Okay. Don't need this thing. And let's see how it will complain and fail. Or where. Okay, change set is undefined or private. Change set is undefined or private. Valid changes, data. Let's move to valid changes. Data into a change set and to apply changes. Okay, I have some fields, available keys, required fields, and so I'm casting available keys, validate the required fields, and piping it into a module change set. We don't have any change set here. Let's see the diff. Okay, let's see the diff here. If I think I will adjust some private function. If private and check allowed values. Check allowed values will accept change set. Okay. Change set. Allowed fields. And okay. Will be like for field data on fields data allowed values. Did I name it like this? Allowed values. Or okay, do field data okay, let's do it like this. Instead of it, I will check allowed values and allowed allowed values. So what I will do here for field and okay for field and values fn okay, from allowed fields into reduce change set. Okay, oh, and do something like this and validate inclusion. Validate inclusion field and values fn something like this and ch. Okay, that should do everything I want from it. Allowed values, allowed fields. Okay. It works just fine. Do I have something like refactor settings? Settings. Okay. Let's try formatting it. What did I do here? Please moved allowed values to a metadata. Add values to a metadata. Okay. To settings metadata. Push. Settings with tests. Okay. Add custom types for settings. I believe done. At least for now. Make settings page generic. Okay. Let's do it. Starting my server. It should work. Okay, it works. It works as intended. So what I will do here, let's move to our settings page. Settings from this templates. Do we need some templates? I believe not. Have layout, no, not layout. I have templates for clock and settings. Clock settings. Okay. Live component, module, live settings component. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Action. Okay. Trigger submit true. Paycheck submit. Okay. Paycheck disable this. I wanted to add this thing. Okay. I didn't want to just open this part. Okay. Use it. Button type submit. Okay. Possibly add it later. Good. Let's replace it with this and add it like this. Okay, I have saving here. Okay, so it works now. I like it. Ooh. Let's move to our settings component, and it uses yeah. Let's add some views. It will be settings view X. Okay, settings view. It will do something like this. Settings view. Dev module access home web settings view. Okay. We will create some templates. Settings, view, settings view, okay. Templates, settings view, templates, settings view, settings view, and settings component HTML HEX. Okay. Render assigns and info Phoenix live component use access home. Okay, let's see. We have a service page. I'll do it renders there. Access home web, settings view, settings component view, render, settings component HTML. This assigns what I will do. View X. Okay. I have a settings component view here. I have render here. I've renamed the settings component thing. Okay, assign new. So module. And file. So I have a module assign here. Okay. I do not use it right now. Okay. Let's move to our thing. And I will add some web mode. Okay. But let's just switch back to Elixir formatter. Just not to, not to do something ugly with my editor. Okay. Effect module. Okay, I have this module. Let's move back to our settings. What I will do is just remove those things. Okay, so our code should be fine. At least I believe so. Or let's do something like this. Or field and data key from module field module fields do okay and okay. Inspect field data. Okay. Okay, I have time zone. I have some loud values. Okay, have my default value required true and some other stuff. Actually, I don't need most of these things at all. Okay. Okay. I think I will just move it a little bit below. Okay, so what I will do? Okay, select F. It will be our field. Okay, some other stuff like instead of it will be our data values. data allowed values. Okay. Error tag for field. Okay. And actually, I will work on it a little bit later. Okay. This should work. So instead of it, I will do something like render field form field data. Okay. And it should fail. Let's move to our settings component, to our settings view. What? What? Okay. Let's move to our settings component view. Here. And okay. If render field field will set some field some data when this item field and okay. Let's add some error handler here. No. Okay. Yep. Binding what we have here. Form. So it will be spec render field Phoenix HTML form. Yeah, no. Phoenix HTML form. Form T. Okay. And keyboard T. To and it will return my view. Okay. Data. Okay. Just dropped everything. This should fix this error. Okay. It's our form. Okay. Field time zone and data. It's this. Then select form field and some options. It will be data values. Okay. So yeah, that's all. Okay, I have two things. Interesting, it's updating. I update it in one place and it updates. Oh. Interesting. It does not update in the other place. I don't need this thing. Okay. Why does it complain? Apply check x apply check list errors. Okay. Function render field success typing atom render field. Okay. Render field. Okay. Interesting. Let's remove it. Okay. Render field atom by atom. Let's remove it for now. Let's move back to our settings component and removing inspecting from it. The last thing to see is whether we can just rename it to some other name, because it should be not these clock settings, but possibly some other things too. Okay, so not this, but socket assigns and module. Okay, look. settings. Okay, so not this, but circuit science and module. Okay, piping it to this. Or possibly will not pipe because I will not use it for much. So this is redundant or not needed now. Let's check that it works. This part works. Okay, so how to rename this point? Hi. Do you have any questions? I will be glad to answer them. Okay. Updating some settings. I would like to replace this thing with more generic stuff. Let's see how to do it. And form. Do we have some form? HTML. Yeah. Let's change the data with limited data. Okay. Okay. Form. From data action generates form tag with form builder and an anonymous function as server-side parameters. Okay, so possibly I shall use this thing. And let's move to our view. Okay. Yes. SDF. Okay. Okay. Let's see the error. Where is okay? It's RS ASDF S settings. So this should make our form or our things more generic. We will remove clock and from here to okay, and it should work. Yeah, I'm able to change some time zone. Okay. Oh yeah, it works. It can. Make setting view more generic. Pushing it. Okay. Add styles to a settings page. Let's add them. Okay. Possibly I can just drop this div. Just or possibly I should keep it to add some settings. Okay. I will wrap this into a div. Okay. It will be underneath. Have a button for save. What I will do next? How did I do dark font here? This element, hover, rounded, G, large. Just not usable on mobile phone. Okay. For field and let's see what we have. And add some classes. Dark. And text gray. No. Dark. Okay, actually it works. It actually works. Text. Dark. B. G. Dark. Text. BG. Gray. 500. Okay. So let's let it be. Let's check whether it will work. It's our settings component. Plus. Let's see, will it work? Okay. I have an ASDF class here. Okay. Or text or dark BG black Will it work? Let's see. Dark with a black background. Interesting. Red. Does Tailwind understand this thing? Okay. 500. Actually. Yellow. Okay, it works. It works. Okay, so dark text. What do we have? Okay. Dark text gray. Okay, background BG, BG gray. Black. Let it be like this. Just very simple black background. Okay, so it works. And let's move to our settings part. And I will that LG rounded LG. So yeah, it works. Okay. So it will look like, and it should work in live theme too. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Do we have something like shadow here? Okay, let it be like this. It's slightly more, it looks better now. Plus what will be here is PG ray 100. Let it, I need this. Padding will be let's make large, but no, that's so large. Padding 3. 2. Do we have value 2? Okay. Possibly we have something like this. X margin by y, will be to slightly move it over. Let's do it like this. Not remove the form, but make it gray 200. Let's remove this thing together. I'm not sure why it works like this. What? Plus will be load and will be the items and oh, X, not float. X items center and row. Okay. Will be X. Oh. Let's see. Here.
Смотри, может, она там что-то, если это не проходит, то не проходит. А так вообще, ну, это новый фактор, вот это очень повезло, корзину почистила раньше, чем это было.
Let's make it full weight. Okay, we have a full page. X, how to flex, justify items. It's discrete line items, item center. Center and justify items center. It's full grid. Okay. Justify center. Justify center. Okay. Date. Use time zone. Clock. Okay. Okay. So this should work. It's not perfect, but okay. Let's try committing it, and we will see what the results. Add styles for things. Add simple styles. Settings page. Did pushing it. Okay. And I have some small drop of coverage. But that's okay. I will add more tests in future. Oh yeah. So we have created stuff here today. So instead of those long things, we just created a small configuration. It can be updated in future with extra fields and other stuff. We can extend our data types with custom methods, and I think it should be more scalable than it was before. Okay, let's call it a day for today. Finishing the stream. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye.